Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. In the previous videos, you read about digestive system in case of mammals, then peristalsis, and all the steps which take place in human or in mammalian digestive system. Now we are going to study here how digestive process occur in human digestive tract, mean how digestion take place in human being. So first of all, you already know that in holozoic organisms, the first step is taken of food in the buccal cavity or in the mouth. So few steps take place in the buccal cavity. So for example, first of all, the secretion of salivary amylase. Salivary amylase is a secretion or saliva which is containing a digestive enzyme which is called amylase, and you know that amylase is secreted for the digestion of carbohydrates. As in the previous chapter you had read about that in our food nutrients, the main things which you studied are carbohydrates, and carbohydrates convert into its basic component which is called glucose. So digestion of carbohydrates take place in the mouth area, or you can say the digestion of carbohydrates start in the mouth area. Second, you already know about protein, and the basic component of protein is amino acids, and then fats, and basic component of fats are fatty acid plus glycerol. Okay, now few steps of digestion or few steps take place in the mouth area. Even you will have to answer in exercise question in which they will ask what steps are taking place in the mouth. So you already know in mouth salivary glands secrete salivary amylase, and it help in the chemical digestion of food. Secondly, you know in mouth teeth are present which are responsible for mechanical digestion of the food. Then digestion of carbohydrates take place in the mouth area. The carbohydrates break down into maltose. In the same way, saliva soften the food and it convert into a ball-like structure which is called bolus, and which can pass into the digestive tract, or you can say in the esophagus area. Okay, one more thing is in mouth, you already know on tongue different taste buds are present, so which help in the tasting of food or in the selection of food, that it by which you can check food is sweet in taste, bitter, salty, or sour, whatever the type of food is. So selection of food is take place also in the mouth area, and we also come to know about food is contaminated or fresh. So all these things take place in the mouth area. Okay, then from mouth, in the mouth I told you the digestion of carbohydrate take place. Carbohydrates convert into maltose. Maltose is a disaccharide. You have read in the previous chapter about that. Okay, then in the esophagus region, no digestion take place, just it takes 7 seconds to move the bolus to the stomach. Okay, now now what happened in the stomach? You already know from mouth food will go into the stomach through esophagus. Okay, now what happening in the stomach? Also mechanical and chemical digestion is taking place. Mechanical digestion is by the muscular action or churning action of the stomach wall, and chemical digestion is by secretion of enzyme pepsin. So this pepsin help in the digestion of protein will break down into polypeptide chains. For example, this is the thick and complex structure, so that will convert into a chain of amino acids that is called polypeptide chain. So complete digestion is not occurring here in the stomach, just protein is converting into polypeptide chain, as here the digestion of carbohydrate is not completed in the mouth or buccal cavity area. It convert into maltose, which is disaccharide, or it is disaccharides consisting of 2 monosaccharides or 2 small units to 8 or 9 units. So these are different types of disaccharide. There are many types of disaccharides. Okay, so even not the digestion of carbohydrates is completed here in the mouth. So incomplete digestion of carbohydrates here, incomplete digestion of protein here. Okay. What are the other things which are occurring in the stomach? So first of all, stomach secretes hydrochloric acid. So this hydrochloric acid is an acid which increases decreases the pH of the food. For example, in the mouth here, pH is normally 7, or that is neutral, and here in the stomach, pH, due to the production of hydrochloric acid, its pH is 2 to 2.5, and this pH is important for pepsin, because enzyme pepsin work on this 2 to 2.5 pH. So here the digestion of carbohydrates ceases or stop, and here digestion of protein starts. Okay, then from this part of the stomach, food will go into the next part of small intestine, that is called duodenum. Okay, so one thing which is left here in this chapter, that is here organs associated with gut. So here is an organ which is called liver. So here you will read about this organ. That liver is here in the digestive tract, which is not part of digestive tract, but it is an accessory digestive gland which is helping in the process of digestion. It is red in color. It is present here along with the stomach. So it is here down to the diaphragm, and its lower part is along with the stomach. Okay, so here this liver is present. What is the function of liver? Liver is performing a very important role in the digestion. How? It secretes a secretion which is called bile. So liver secretes bile, and this bile is collected here in a organ which is called gallbladder, and that gallbladder having a duct or a vessel which open here along with pancreatic duct, and both these open here into the duodenum, and here a leafy structure is present which is called pancreas. Pancreas also secretes digestive enzymes, pancreatic juice, which help in the digestion of carbohydrates, fats and protein. Okay, now first of all, what this bile is doing? This bile emulsifies fats. Emulsify. What is mean by emulsify or emulsification? Emulsification or emulsify fats mean if we have taken anything which is oily or fat like thing in our food, so it converts large fat material into small globules or minute globules or droplets of fat. So what happened by this? When a large thing broken down into the smaller size things, so what happens? Surface area to volume ratio increases. Then amylase then another enzyme lipase is present into pancreatic juice and in the intestinal juice, and they can digest easily these small droplets of fat. So bile is not containing any enzyme, so it just emulsifies. Emulsification mean convert large fat material into small or minute globules or droplets of fat. Secondly, here in the stomach pH was 2 to 2.5. Now this bile juice, it increases the pH more than 7, sometime up to 8 or 9. So the digestion of other food material can take place. Okay, now this bile come here into this pancreatic duct, and pancreatic juice also from this pancreas open here, and both come here into this small first portion of small intestine which is called duodenum. So here the remaining digestion will occur. Okay. After that, what are the other things which are occurring in the stomach? Other things which are occurring here is that due to the presence of this hydrochloric acid, it kills germs which are present in the food. So the stomach is also secreting gastric juices which is containing pepsin and renin. Okay. One more thing which is very important to understand is that this renin and pepsin both are secreted in inactive form. Pepsin is secreted in pepsinogen form, which is an inactive form. Why inactive form? Because in the stomach, you already know our organs are made up of protein. So if it is present in pepsin form, so it can even digest the wall of the stomach, but it doesn't happen. Why? Because inside the stomach, here different layers are present, and I will tell you about that. So here mucus layer and different glands are secreted. So this mucus layer protects. Secondly, this pepsin is produced in pepsinogen. Pepsinogen is in active form. In the presence of protein and in the presence of hydrochloric acid, it convert into pepsin, and then food is digested, and after that its function will be finished. Okay, so here this pepsin will convert protein into polypeptide, and in small kids which are feed on milk, so their prorenin is produced, and that prorenin is converted into renin in the presence of hydrochloric acid, and it convert caseinogene, which is a milk protein, into casein. Okay, so then that casein is converted into polypeptide. So in this way, digestion of milk, which is also a form of protein, and digestion of protein or meat take place in the stomach portion. Okay, after this, small intestine. So in the first part of small intestine, I told you here pancreatic juice is coming, and intestinal juice, because here you already know intestine, first portion of intestine, it is also containing intestinal juices which are secreted, so they start digestion of other food material, carbohydrates, fat and protein. Okay, now what will happen here? Okay, first intestinal juices I told you, and pancreatic juice, they are coming and they are starting the digestion. Okay, now what happens? As digestion of carbohydrate was not completed here, digestion of protein was not completed here, and digestion of fat will start here after emulsification. So all digestion of carbohydrates, fats and protein will complete into the small intestine. So what will happen here? Here you can find that here in the diagram, even here they are telling you that pancreatic juice contain amylase, pancreatic amylase, pancreatic lipase. Amylase convert or break down carbohydrates, lipase break down fats, and trypsinogen which break down proteins. In the same way, in the intestinal juice, enterokinase, repsin, maltose, sucrose, all these lactose or lactase, so these are different enzymes. Maltase will work on maltose, sucrase will work on sucrose, lactose will work on lactose, so it will break down carbohydrates. Intestinal lipase will break down fats. So in this way digestion will take place. Even here they have told you that starch which was not completely digested, it will first convert into maltose, maltose will convert into glucose. In the same way, lactose will convert into glucose and galactose, sucrose will convert into glucose and fructose. In this way this digestion will take place in the stomach. Okay, after that, here I told you about emulsification, and then digestion of protein which has to occur. So in the same way, protein, for digestion of protein which was not completed in the stomach, so trypsinogen produces. That trypsinogen convert into trypsin in the presence of again an enzyme that is called enterokinase, and that convert it into trypsin, and this trypsin will break down that protein which was converted into polypeptide, so it will convert it into polypeptide, and polypeptide will convert into amino acid. Here a chart is given which is explaining the whole digestive system, how the process of digestion occur. So here in the mouth, saliva which produced by salivary gland, which containing salivary amylase, it converts starch into maltose. In the same way, in the stomach, you already know digestion of carbohydrates ceases. Here gastric juice juice is secreted by the wall of the stomach, that is their gastric glands are present, which secretes renin for curdling or for the breakdown of milk or to convert caseinogene into casein, and pepsin, which convert proteins into polypeptides. Then digestion of carbohydrates was stopped here, and it was taking place here and was stopped in the stomach. Now food is here into the small intestine. So what is happening in the small intestine? First, bile, which is secreted by liver, it emulsifies fat. Then pancreatic juice secreted by pancreas, and it has amylase for the digestion of carbohydrates, so it converts starch into maltose. Trypsin, which convert protein into polypeptide. Lipase, which convert fat into fatty acids and glycerol. In the same way, intestinal juice that secreted by intestinal glands, and these are enterokinase, which I told you here, it convert trypsinogen into trypsin. Then maltase, which is a carbohydrate, it will converted by maltose will converted by maltase enzyme. As I was when we were studying about chapter enzyme, I told you is for enzyme, enterokinase is for enzyme, maltase is for enzyme, lactase is for enzyme. So maltase convert maltose into glucose, lactase convert lactose into glucose and galactose, sucrase convert sucrose into glucose and fructose, Repsin convert polypeptide into amino acids, lipase convert fat into fatty acid and glycerol. So here in the small intestine, the process of digestion will complete. The main purpose of digestion was to convert carbohydrates into glucose, protein into amino acids, fat into fatty acids and glycerol. So here into the small intestine, this process of digestion will complete with the help of different enzymes. Okay, thank you. In the next video we'll do study about absorption of food. Thank you. If there is any problem in this video, if there is any question which you want to ask, you can ask. Thank you.